And today we do have two amazing guests in the building, having that tomorrow is World Bicycle Day. And today we are talking about cycling for a healthier Mombasa. And we have two amazing guys in the building. We have Mr. John and Moses Ogola. We'll give them a chance to introduce themselves, and then, so that we get to know who they are, what they do, and then we get to interact with them right here on Blue Radio Breakfast Vibe. Karibuni sana. Starting with Mr. John Pile, please tuambie tu who is Mr. John and what do you do?
Kimani is a young man living in Mombasa.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, I am a father of 4, family man, married to 1 wife, and I'm a Christian.
Yes.
So apart from all those wonderful things, I also do logistics. I'm in the shipping industry. And then comes the big passion that I have for cycling.
Yes.
And that has led me to do cycling advocacy in Mombasa. And I believe that's why we're also here today, because of those efforts for our city, Mombasa.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's Kimani.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Yes.
Habari gani?
Salam.
Nzuri sana.
I'm Moses Ogola. Mombasa, mimi mwanabiashara. Niko na biashara around majengo in Mombasa. In cycling, I'm the chief marshal. I think unajiuliza what the marshals.
Yes.
Yeah. Marshal, sisi ndio tunaangalia safety of the cyclist on the road. Wakiwa barabarani, tunaangalia vile usalama wao. Yeah. But leo tunashukuru vile mtu host leo. Kwa sababu kesho tutakuwa na World Bicycle Day in Mombasa. It was supposed to happen on 3rd, last Wednesday, I think so. But due to unavoidable circumstances, hatungeweza kupata time sababu ya makazi.
Yeah.
So to decide to ifanye on Saturday. Itakuwa kesho.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. That's an awesome introduction. I think there's something that is left out that Kimani mentioned. Unajua Kimani has made it clear that he's a husband of 1 wife. So he doesn't want any confusion or anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, karibuni sana Blue Radio. And as we talk about bicycle or just cycling in general, when somebody hears about that, unafikirianga tu hizo ni mambo za kitambo sana, the older generation ndio walikuwa wanafanya cycling, or ni watu like kama Busia areas of such kind, unasikia bado kuna watu wanafanya
Boda boda.
Yeah. So tell us maybe where this passion came from and how you know when somebody talks about cycling, kuna somebody could be doing it for the sake of sport or maybe just a hobby, but now you've made it your lifestyle. So tell us about that.
Maybe if I start, I've been passionate about the bicycle from a young age. Unfortunately, I never got the chance to own a bicycle throughout my primary school years, even in my secondary or my college times.
Yes.
And because of a very funny incident, I had access to bicycles around the estate from friends, and there's some that you would hire. So one day I decided to go on a ride. Tumelelewa maeneo ya Mikindani. Nikashika njia, barabara hiyo ilikuwa inaitwa Bangla wakati huo. Kulikuwa na malori yalikuwa yanaitwa malori ya hakika. Nikatumwa kwenda kazini kwa babangu. So instead of taking the usual matatus, I decided to hire a bicycle. Very young boy, very short, still am. Decided to cycle on a very tiny bicycle all the way to Changamwe. So kufika pale, I felt very guilty that I think I've done something wrong. So I told my dad, Daddy, mimi nimekuja na baiskeli. I had left it somewhere because I didn't want him to see it.
Yeah.
So akaniambia vile umekuja rudi hivyo hivyo. So I finished my business what I'd been sent for. Nikapitia kwa shop ya auntie yangu, nikamwambia auntie, mimi nimefanya makosa, sasa daddy amejam. So mimi nimekuja na bike. My auntie got me into a nganya. The bicycle was so small it could fit pale kwa aisles.
Yeah.
So I went on my way back home. Interestingly, when I got home, my dad was already there. He was worried about his son.
Yeah.
So this act of bravery was not the time yet for it. So wakadecide wewe baiskeli X. They had promised me ukikuwa number 1, hizo number 1 nilikuja mara mingi. Na si ile ya wazazi ya kudanganya watoto ya ukweli. So unfortunately when they remember that incident, wanaona no, this is going to be a risk that we don't want to take as parents. So that's how I ended up not owning a bicycle as a young boy. So when I grew up and I became a man, I decided zile vitu nilikatazwa sasa naweza kujifanyia.
Yes.
So interestingly, a pastor friend of mine had 2 bicycles. So every time I went to his place, I would ask about the bicycles, and he told me, by the way, you can just take one. I was like, are you serious? Are you for real? Do you know how long I've waited to own a bicycle? Like, you've just revived the passion in me. So akanipa baiskeli nikaanza kuendesha. And that was the beginning of a beautiful story. And I started riding ever since then. Interestingly, I saw that, okay, it's possible to even move from one point to another, not just izile ride za mtaa kuwa fun, that you can actually move from one point to another. So nikaanza kutumia baiskeli kwenda kazini. And it was not easy, it was not safe. So I think kufikia hapo ndio nikaanza juhudi zangu za uhamasishaji wa usalama wa barabarani wa baiskeli na waendeshaji baiskeli. I think we can stop there for now. I can keep going and going. It's a long story.
Yes, kwangu mimi I think nilianza kupeleka baiskeli nikiwa mdogo sana. I think I was around 8 to 7 years old. Na hiyo wakati ilikuwa kuna hizi ndogo, ilikuwa ni only Black Mamba. Naingiza mguu na chini. I think the longest distance nilifanya, it was from a place called Muhoroni to Kisumu. It is around 60 to 70 kilometers away.
Very far.
That's far.
Kitambo sana. And my first bike nilinunua when I was in class 8. So Black Mamba nilinunua kuna place ilikuwa inaitwa Format Kisumu supermarket. So around 3,200. Wakati 3,200 ilikuwa ni pesa. So kukua serious about bikes in Mombasa, it was another story for another day, because I was passing through life stress, mental. So nilikuwa natafuta mali naweza punguza stress zangu. By that time I was playing football. Nilikuwa mchezaji mzuri sana wa football. But ilikuwa nikimaliza football bado zinanipata pale. So nilipoanza ku ride kiasi, nikakutana na group ya kwanza. Nilichoka ile mbaya. Nilipofika nyumbani nililala, sikupata ile stress tena again. Nilipoamka tena ni kesho yake. So hivyo nika keep on mpaka saizi. I think mama wenye amejaribu kupeleka mambo ya baiskeli Mombasa mpaka chumani nilifika saizi.
That's amazing. I was listening to him talk about the safety and about like the general safety about bicycle. Unajua wengine wetu when we were very young tulikuwa tunaogopa. Actually, let me just be honest. Hadi sasa sijui ku ride bicycle because of that fear that utapanda bicycle and then uanguke. You know how they always told us that if you want to know how to ride a bicycle, you must first of all get an injury.
Lazima umie upate alama.
You must fall.
So that is the license. That is the license for knowing how to ride a bicycle. So let's talk about the safety, Ogola. When as a chief marshal, you have a deep understanding of the safety and culture of bicycles. If you look at the roads in Kenya, can we say that cyclists ama watu wenye wanatumia baiskeli, their safety are taken care of? Because ukiangalia pale barabarani hakuna a designated part ya barabara yenye imeachiwa cyclist. You have to maneuver through like unapishana na watu matatu and then watu personal cars. So let's talk about the safety of cyclists kwa barabara.
Anyways, it is a very, very tricky, mostly riding on Kenya's roads. I think my experience in ride from Malindi last year up to Kampala, Uganda. Ufikiria vile that road is crazy. But most of the time tunapata challenges kwa hizi magari ndogo na matatu, the crazy matatu. Better trailer wako understanding sana barabarani. Wakikuona, if you communicated, wana respond vizuri sana. But watu wa magari ndogo wanatuona kama ni sisi tunazidi kuharibia wakati, then hatufai kwa kwenye ile barabara. So we've been doing mass rides in Mombasa every month in order to sanitize the community about the safety of the cyclists on the road. So tumeona by now tumefika mahali mpaka watu wa matatu wanaanza kutuelewa, wanajua kwamba ukikuwa wana cycling gears wanakuheshimu kuliko yule mwenye hajavaa zile cycling gears. But we are trying to do as much as possible hata wale the commuters wajue kwamba umuhimu wa kutumia hizo gears. And that's what we've been campaigning. Kama event ya kesho is not just kwa wale wenye the senior cyclist. No, it is for everyone mwenye ako na bike, even the commuters, kwa sababu siku hizi kuna watu wengi wanatumia bicycle wakienda kazini kwa sababu ya mafuta ama kwa sababu vile uchumi iko kwa sasa. Sio kwamba ile anaona kwamba from, let's say, from Bamburi to town unaona kama matatu asubuhi hizo around 130 shillings. Tena jioni again 130 shillings, that is 260. Unapata huyu mtu mshahara wake wa siku ni around 400 shillings. So akitoa ile fare kama atakuwa anafanyia fare, utaona kama mtu kama huyu ataenda kutafuta bike ili ajaribu commute na every day ili save that 260. So tunajaribu encourage na tunajaribu kuwafundisha zaidi about the safety of the road. Vile mtu itakana una ride ukiwa barabarani ukiwa peke yako, na zile sisi pia kama tuko wengi barabarani pia tunajaribu kujielimisha jinsi ya kuride. Na kama ukiwa pale barabarani pia, if you are a cyclist, fuata sheria zote za barabara kama gari. Because usipozifuata utajipata matatani. Sisi pia tunagonga gari, sio kwamba tunagongwa, sisi pia tunagonga.
Maybe to add on that, you cannot talk about safety of a cyclist without mentioning a few basic things. Number one is that you are responsible for your own safety. When you're on a bicycle, it's not like when you're in any other motor vehicle. Some have safety measures. So for a cyclist, number one, I believe that you have to be very visible. Uonekane barabarani at all times, mchana na usiku. So mchana tunaweza encourage that you wear a reflective vest or bright clothing. That's one, so that other road users can be able to identify you on the road. Most times people take it lightly, but you'll be shocked, especially in the evenings, how unseen you are on a bicycle. The basic things about a bicycle that will make you to be seen. One, it's your own outfit. Make sure that every time you're on a bicycle, you have a bright clothing. Number two is on your bicycle, there are rear reflector and pedal reflectors that actually show motion when a car is approaching you. And of course, the reflective vests. And then another very important aspect is the helmet. Interestingly, from experience, you don't need to be involved in an accident with a road crash with another motor vehicle to be able to fall on a bicycle. You can actually instinctively fall on your own. Maybe because of our roads and other major issues. Like for normals, for this season cyclists, they use shoes that clip onto the pedals. So once you want to stop, you have to, when you're riding, you're one with the bicycle. So when you stop, if you don't clip off, you find yourself falling like a sack of potatoes. That has happened to most of us. So, and then of course there's the aspect of the crashes, where the helmet comes in very handy and ensures that your head is protected. Interestingly, when you fall from a bicycle, first point of contact with the ground is your head. Of course, you'll try to help yourself with the hands, but kichwa kufika chini is almost inevitable. So we usually encourage very much, whether you're going for a short ride in your home area, unakimbia dukani kutafuta mandazi ama mkate na maziwa, vaa helmet yako. That is our song, especially from the head marshals. In fact, there's a time he would tell you, if you don't have a helmet, don't come for our rides. Because we understand the risks that are involved, and most times we want you to be responsible for your own safety. So we encourage people to wear helmets, wear reflective jackets, and ensure that their bicycles are visible with lightings and reflective materials. Thank you.
All right, that is amazing. Let's go to Mr. Moses, Chief Marshal. You understand about the road safety, and as much as we're talking about road safety, we know that anyone can grab a bike and they can become a cyclist. And I don't know if there is any training that cyclists get or receive, because it's not like a motor vehicle or a bicycle motorcycle. And unaweza enda driving, ufunzwe about roads safety and all that. But the moment umechukua bicycle umeingia barabarani, you have no idea about the road safety. You don't know what you're supposed to do on the roads. You don't even know if you're supposed to wear those reflective gear. You don't know which side you're supposed to be riding on. So hizo lessons, where do people get them, and how is this or what are you guys actively doing to make sure that the society understands and knows these rules?
Anyway, kwa sasa we don't have any avenue yenye hizo safety zinafunzwa. But we've been doing something there yenye tumekuwa tukitembea kwa mashule tukifunza wale wanafunzi pale, kwa sababu most of them wanatumia bicycle kwa commute kwenda shuleni. Then niliongea hapo nyuma kwamba we've been having mass ride every month. We call it Let's Ride Mombasa. So hapo tuna encourage all cyclists wakuje pale, iwe you are a commuter. Ukishakuja pale tutakufunza jinsi ya kuride, then hapo ndio mtu anapata pia ability ya kuingia barabarani, kwa sababu huwezi chukua bicycle leo na uingie barabarani. My friend, that fear huwezi pata ile kuingia barabarani. So ukikuja pale tutakufundisha na you learn more about cycling on the road if you come to those mass rides.
Maybe just to add, we have several cycling groups in Mombasa, and we have beginner rides. We have Bamburi Express in Bamburi. We have Nyali Cycling Club in Nyali. We have Let's Ride Mombasa, an avenue for all cyclists to meet in town and ride. That one also has even little children riding. We also have different places that you can go to ride that are much safer, like the forest trails, and we have some of our own that are training people in those areas. So it's not very official, it's only on a need basis. Like if you show interest and you happen to meet us, we will be able to guide you on that. But like you're saying, formally there is no cycling school for now, but we are hoping with the efforts that we continue to do, and young men are very creative, we should be having some of this. But we do have training for children. We have coaches who are certified by UCI who are doing training for competitive cycling. So they train them how to cycle and even how to race. And we've had several races in Mombasa, courtesy of a club called Buffalo. They've been arranging cycling races even for little children, and it's been very interesting to see the future generation coming up, learning the sport. And of course during these sessions the traffic aspects also are involved, because we don't have designated areas for cycling, especially even for the sports aspect. So what we have is the road, and what we can do is share the road for now. So what I can add is that we have made engagements with people like NTSA to ensure that in the curriculum for drivers they include the aspect of sharing the road with the cyclists, and rules like the 1.5 meter rule when you're overtaking a cyclist is actually a global rule which also needs to be enforced and taught here in our country, so that people have more awareness about keeping others safe on the road. Because what we've been campaigning for, rather what we've joined our fellow friends in Nairobi who started a campaign called Share the Road, My Lane Too. So those are some of the avenues that we use to enlighten people on how to carry themselves when they are on the roads. So it's something that we are in the process of enlightening people through social media and through these rides for more people. Thank you very much.
You know, you mentioned that you commute to work using a bicycle, right?
Yes.
And it got me a little jealous because you guys didn't feel the pinch that we felt a few weeks ago when the fare prices hiked. Do you remember how the fuel prices were actually?
In fact, we are asking the government to raise fuel prices per liter.
That is not fair.
Ogwela ukirushiwa mawe nitatoroka.
That is not fair. So let's talk about the acquisition and maintenance of a bicycle. You see, somebody could be having the passion to actually venture into riding or just cycling, but they do not have the information about acquiring a bicycle or the procedures and the maintenance. So let's talk about that. Maybe if you could just enlighten somebody out there about that. Let's start with John.
Oh, thank you very much. I think that's the first step towards becoming a cyclist. And I have seen the journey of many people become cyclists and even commuters and even start racing for cycling as a sport. So step one is to acquire a bicycle, or you can decide to hire and train first. So that you have that option. We have a few individuals who have ventured into that market, and bicycles are available for hire now in Mombasa. Like the places I mentioned, the park, and in Nyali we have a young man doing bike hires. His name is Jonathan, with a group called Bike is Best at Sotehub. So we have people who are creating that avenue for people to experience the bicycle before you own one. You know, it's always good to test the experience. You might think you want to become a cyclist, and then shock on you find that maybe it's not your thing. But I believe once you get on a bicycle, like most of us, you can never go back. Yeah, and the pinch of things like fuel encourages most of us to cycle. So number one, you can either hire or you can purchase. We have several bike shops in Mombasa which are having bicycles at very fair prices. For as little as 8,000, you can become the proud owner of a bicycle, especially if you're looking on a low budget for a beginner. But now there's another interesting bit. You can decide to go as high as the numbers you can count. It's interesting that as cheap as a bicycle may be assumed, we also have some pretty expensive bicycles. So just like any other mode of transport, as the comfort increases, the price also increases. So getting a bicycle can be as easy as your budget, and getting on one and riding. Yeah, that's step one. Step two would be deciding what kind of cycling do you want to do, because we have different types of bicycles. If you want to do adventure cycling, off-road, you should get probably a mountain bike. If you're into road racing, you should get a road bike. That's the one with the slimmer tires. Gola has come with one. I wish we could be able to show you guys. Maybe if you're looking to do commute to work, and you want to arrive bila jasho, you can get yourself an e-bike like myself. These guys have named me non-cyclist for using an e-bike, and I forgive them. So depending on the different needs of use, you can get different types of bicycles. Now we have more interesting bicycles like gravel bikes. Those ones are all terrain. They can do mountains, they can do gravel, off-road adventures, so it's just your choice. And they also, kuna baiskeli zingine tunazita baiskeli za shopping, the ones with a small shopping basket here, and they have no frame in the middle. So those ones are also good for short distance commute. And they're very easy to ride and very easy to own. So it's possible to get on a bike, especially in Mombasa.
All right. So, listening to you guys, you've made it clear that when you started cycling because it was as a result of your passion in cycling, but then some people are forced to cycle just because of health matters. So I would like you to speak about the health benefits that comes from cycling, and also, Mr. John, you advocate for green mobility. You can also maybe tell us what that is all about, because naona kuna a lot of push ati unatumia electric bike. Kwa nini ulitoka kwa hii nyingine? So you can make that clear.
It's World Bicycle Week, if I can say, because World Bicycle Day was on the 3rd of June. That is on Wednesday, and I'm sorry, please come again on the question so that I can be able to answer properly.
The health benefits that come from riding, from cycling.
Thank you very much.
And also talk about the green mobility.
So interestingly, I am a beneficiary of the health benefits of cycling, and most people who get on a bike will definitely experience this. If you're looking to do weight loss, if you're looking to stay fit, the bicycle is the way to go. I have my friends in the health sector that have actually sent people my way, like because of tunazita lifestyle diseases. More and more people are being encouraged to stay active, and the bicycle is actually one of the easiest. It's interesting that you can lose the most calories on a bicycle than any other sport, because sometimes we even ride for days on. And a trip like one I did to Kitale set me almost 10 kilograms back. So it's a very easy way to lose weight. And of course, if you're doing regular commutes like myself, daily to work, you will find yourself also quite getting quite fitter every day. And distances maybe that when you started you were doing in an hour, you are easily able to do them in under 20 minutes. Like commute from Bamburi to town, the fastest I've done that is a good 17 minutes. That's almost 8 to 12 kilometers on a good day, depending on the destination. So you become fitter, so you become healthy, I believe so. And it can also avert, like I said, the lifestyle diseases, because it's something that I've seen actual people turn to the bicycle for that. And we have real life testimonies in our groups, and you have people who are coming to tell you, once I joined this, it has really helped me. You can even see the transformations physically. Something else like Ogul had mentioned earlier, mental health is not just about physical health. Just like most sports, they are more like an exit strategy for stress. So it also helps to keep you in check. As you ride in nature, there's something that just happens to your soul. You become happier, you get to work, you're more productive compared to someone who is inactive. So the usual benefits of staying fit come along with cycling a bicycle. And apart from the health, you said green mobility. I advocate for non-motorized transport. Actually, that includes walking, and I was so happy that Mombasa has grown an interesting walking culture. We all know, let's walk Mombasa. Thanks to Major, he's doing a great job. I really applaud him. And I also want to applaud the former governor, Ali Joho. He gave us something that we call now the red carpet. Sahi unaweza enjoy Air Force yako for almost a year kabla ishe, because there's a walkway there are walkways in Mombasa. So you can maintain your good shoe and have fun while walking, and you can walk for several distances because that has been provided. So green mobility also incorporates cyclists. We do not produce carbon emissions on a bicycle. So that is one of the greatest benefits I can say for environmentalists, being World Environment Day today, which actually by default we are. And it has also taken us on an interesting journey. Tumepanda mangroves in Mombasa. We've partnered with environmental groups to ensure that we plant trees, and we don't just save our carbon print just by cycling. We also go a step ahead and do those efforts of tree planting. So indeed, when you take it a notch higher, you introduce electric energy. Also that also helps us to also avoid more the carbon emissions, because a distance that I would normally do on a car or maybe a boda boda or a matatu, I can easily do, considering we are in Mombasa. We have very short distances to different places. Like I mentioned earlier, from Bamburi to town is just a mere 8 kilometers. Just from the point to Posta, and the same applies to several towns, areas around Mombasa. So it's very easy to commute to the island if you're heading to the island. If you're going to Nyali, it becomes even easier if you're coming from Bamburi. And it's very ideal for cycling. Our terrain is very flat in Mombasa, so you don't have the hassle of climbing hills if you're doing our normal roads, unless you want to go for adventures. Ukungu Utatu, you'll get to enjoy that other aspect, but the normal standard terrain is flat, so very encouraging for cycling. So I can say that for distances below 10 kilometers, it's very cyclable, and that's what we're advocating for. In major cities, they usually call it the last mile. Maybe from the bus stop, they really encourage people to walk to the estates, to ride. They have even projects like bike share that you can join and just pick a bike from the bus stop and head to your estate and just drop it there. You don't have to own a bicycle. So in developed cities where urban mobility is very well prioritized, and that's where we're heading, by the way. So it's a dream come true. So our efforts for advocating green mobility have not been futile. We have made great strides, and I was mentioning earlier that the last time I was at Blue Radio in your other office, interestingly, we were still having this conversation that cycling is good, city can be better if we have better infrastructure. Lo and behold, we have had our first cycling lane in Nyali. Yeah, though it attracted a few pressures from the locals when the design was misunderstood, but eventually that was resolved, and people now understand that what we have in Nyali is a dedicated lane, separated from a separated track from the main carriageway of the vehicles, which means it is safer now to cycle for cyclists on that road. And that is the beginning of many, we believe and we hope for, because we have been promised by our government that they shall prioritize non-motorized transport.
Yes.
So this is something that we can see they are dedicated to do. This particular lane, we are happy to say that we were part of the efforts to get the grant from Bloomberg Initiatives for cycling cities, and as cycling advocates and enthusiasts, we really lobbied for that, and through the great efforts of our county department of transport, the application was made, and out of the whole world, we were among the top 10 cities that were awarded that. So it was a big milestone for cyclists in Mombasa, and towards making Mombasa a cycling city. So because we believe we are a cycling city. I hear stories from way back in 1980s when a lot of people used to ride the bicycle to the island and around Mombasa for commute and for fun, and there were many races happening here, and we want to bring that culture back. So that's why we are celebrating World Bicycle Day. We want to say that the bicycle is a tool that we can embrace, that is really helping us. We already mentioned the health benefits, we've mentioned the environmental benefits, we've mentioned the commercial benefits, and I believe this is something that we can all embrace. If you get up early on a weekday and you're going to town, you'll be surprised how many students cycle to school. Yeah, schools like Aldina Visram have numbers as high as 200 cyclists. We have been there, we have talked to them about safety, so we can confirm. Institutions like Kenya Coast National Polytechnic, the number is, you cannot, if you do a survey for the whole day, you'll get more than 500 students coming in and out for classes on bicycles. The Technical University of Mombasa even has a cycling club that is doing great things, even for the city, not just for commute, because people have realized that the bicycle is a tool that you can use for many other benefits, and they are embracing it very well. So if I continue to speak about the bicycle, we will go on and on and on, and I'll not be able to stop.
You know, I'm glad that you actually gave us a heads up before you even started that you can talk about cycling the entire day. That is a very elaborate explanation right there. So let's talk about tomorrow, the big event tomorrow, Cycling for a Healthier Mombasa. So Ogola, maybe if you could just take us or walk us through that, about the event tomorrow, where it's gonna happen, and who is invited. And please don't forget people like us who do not know even how to step on that pedal. So so let's talk about that.
Okay. It will happen in Nyali, Mombasa. As from Soti Hub, going to Mamba, Links Road, and back to Soti Hub. It will be around 10.5 kilometers. 10.5 kilometers. Then we set it at around 8 a.m. up to around 1 p.m. So all are invited. Hata wewe kama hujui kuendesha baiskeli,
spectators, you know.
Ndio kesho utapatia baiskeli, utapeleka hizo e-bike. Ile ni watu wenye wajui kupeleka kama Kimani. So I hope there's so many guests tomorrow, like our DG and Chief of Staff, our Minister of what? Sports? Huh?
Yeah, from the Ministry of Sports, from the Department of Infrastructure. In what I can simply say is that the county has fully endorsed this particular day, and they are committed to making Mombasa a cycling city, just as we are a walking city right now. Maybe if I can mention what World Bicycle Day is about. It's a United Nations recognized day celebrated annually on the 3rd of June. For reasons that we have already explained, we will be having ours on the 6th. Stakeholders have come together. When something good is happening, we don't keep quiet. We have to celebrate.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have seen that we now have a cycling lane running through Links Road. Phase 1 is already done. We have to acknowledge these efforts because this is what the community needs. Separated cycle tracks for safer cycling, and a lot of people will be able to uptake cycling and save on fuel and and health and all these things that we are mentioning about. So the day highlights how cycling contributes to a healthier people, safer communities, cleaner cities, and sustainable development. For Mombasa, we are celebrating the cycling culture, and we are celebrating the lane that has been done for us in conjunction with Bloomberg Initiatives Philanthropies and Mombasa County and the Department of Transport, to be specific. So why are we celebrating Bicycle Day? I mentioned earlier, Mombasa is uniquely positioned to become one of Africa's cycling cities, and we can see support from different groups like the ITDP, Institute for Transport and Development. We can see GDCI, they're very much on the ground, helping with the policies towards transport improvements and urban mobility changes. We are seeing Kura are on the forefront to ensure that most of the new roads are cycling friendly, walking friendly. We believe that the transport system is supposed to move people, not cars, which is something that if we all looked at differently, you'll not see a cyclist as a nuisance on the road. You'll embrace that this is your brother, this is your sister, this could be your mother or your father moving from point A to point B. The same way you would accord a fellow passenger respect in a matatu, the same way you would give a lift to your neighbor. It's the same way that you should see a cyclist, that this is somebody who's just trying to make ends meet, move towards his day's goals. So this year, the celebration is about demonstrating that cycling is not just a recreation, like we said earlier. It's not just a sport, it is transport, it is health, it is climate action, and it is economic empowerment. So this year's theme, Cycling for a Healthier Mombasa, Better Streets, Better City, it focuses on safer streets. That's why we are really praising and applauding the launch of the new cycling lane. It focuses on clean air, reduced traffic congestion. Like I said, I can do town to Bamburi in under 20 minutes, under 30 minutes. So I'll just zoom past cars in traffic. So that is an experience anybody would. In fact, most of my friends, we leave the office and I tell them I'll be home before you even go to the stage. You get to the stage, and it's interesting that sometimes it is like that. So creating a city where children, women, and people with disabilities and all residents can move safely. So that's the message that we are putting out there, that anybody can get on a bicycle and move from one point to another.
Yes, and I remember when Ogola was still giving us the order of the day, you mentioned a DJ? DG?
Yeah.
What is that?
Deputy Governor.
Okay. You know, I thought maybe you mentioned a DJ, so I was like, is there going to be some dancing actions after the sports?
Maybe Blue Radio can come and provide that for that day, but the music will be on the tires and the pedals for that day.
Or maybe something to do with food, because you know some of us, you can easily kidnap us with food.
Like we say, the fuel prices are high, and all you need for the bicycle is to eat. So fuel ni chakula, so baiskeli na chakula huwezi kuzitenganisha.
Awesome.
So definitely we will be having refreshments after the ride, just to encourage people to get the energy to go back home.
So kama utakuja kuride, kuna refreshment Joe.
Awesome.
Usikose moja.
Ushani convince.
Usikose moja.
Is there maybe a talk maybe you will give people after the ride is finished, maybe?
Yeah, like we mentioned, our deputy governor is an avid cyclist.
Yes.
He has cycled from Mombasa to Nairobi. You don't joke with that. That is a serious cyclist.
Yeah.
So he is supporting tomorrow's event, and we hope that he will be joining us. And wherever we have dignitaries, of course, we have to give them time to tell us these good things that they're doing for us in our city. So we will be having those talks before, during, and after the ride, basically to just highlight all these efforts that are being made and prepare people for what is coming. So yes, that is what the program looks like. We will be having the different institutions that I mentioned. We will be having people from Bloomberg Initiatives who are actually the funders of this particular lane. And we look forward to a day filled with promises, information, and fun. Yes.
And there's something that I actually forgot to ask Chief Marshal, right? So you talk about the safety of the cyclists pale kwa barabara. There's something about whenever an accident happens. So is there any insurance cover that actually protects a cyclist, or anything that the government has done to ensure that whenever a cyclist gets into an accident, they can actually be treated, or there's some kind of protection that you're given?
Currently, there's no. The only thing we encourage our cyclists is to get things like SHA and other insurance. Hizi kama kawaida za accident yenye ukigongwa unaweza jisaidia, but most of the cases hawana. Na tunaenda beyond yenye kuna wengine tunawachangia. I think there's so many cases in Nairobi whereby wanatoa pay bill, tunajaribu kuwa sort but tunajaribu encourage kila mmoja kuwa na cover.
Awesome.
Like we said, we have great support from our health industry also. So there are covers available, but we can always say that your safety is your personal initiative. So you can go ahead and get the covers, like Moses Obola is saying. We are so lucky that we have the different hospitals being built around, and the different unaona tutange tuko na level 2, level 3. So that means we have access to healthcare. So we believe that as everything is growing on this side, also on this other side, we are also getting the support that is needed to respond to emergencies. For now, what we're doing, we are working with the analogy of numbers. So tunasaidiana sisi wenyewe na tunahakikisha tukiwa barabarani we are our brothers keepers.
Asanteni sana. Thanks so much for coming, Mr. John Kimani and Moses Ogola. It's been amazing insights about riding and bicycle and all that, and health benefits you get from the bicycles, from a passion to advocating for green mobility and all that. It's an amazing thing.
Thank
and
you.
As you give your parting shot, because we are coming to an end, please let us know. Umetuambia you can zoom past traffic. Nasai NTSA, they've introduced speed cameras. Do you also fall under that?
Unless you're as fast as Ogola. For most bicycles can do speeds of 30 kilometers per hour comfortably if you're fit enough. So, and that is mostly the recommended speed limit for residential areas. But because of jams and everything, you find that at that speed, and of course you need lesser space, you should be able to get ahead of most people. So it's interesting that yes, you will zoom past, and NTSA, I've got nothing on you.
Okay. You can get your parting shots, maybe a word of encouragement to somebody who is willing to become a biker. What should they know? Also, you can prepare, Mr. Marshall, you can prepare the guys who are coming tomorrow. Maybe what can they look for in their bikes? Because umesema walete a good sound bike that is ready. So how can they prepare their bike?
Yes. What I can say about that, I think tumefanya communication sawa kwamba siku ya leo it is better upeleke bike yako kwa service. So kesho isiyo kwamba the marshal wakue watu wenye wanakutengeneza baiskeli. And another thing, enye najaribu encourage, and it will work tomorrow. If you don't have a helmet, there'll be no ride for you. So na encourage kila moja uwe na helmet, na kama una unaweza communicate na sisi mapema, tunaweza kutafutia moja yenye utatumia, after that utaregesha. Na and then if you don't have a bike, kuna jinsi yenye unaweza pata nao bike kesho, unaweza haya utumie, then rudishe after tukishamaliza. Yeah.
So you don't miss out just because you don't have a bike. There's if you go to our socials, you should be able to get that link for the bicycles.
Maybe just mention the social media actually, so that somebody can get the information from there.
Yeah,
if there's a specific contact information that somebody can get in touch.
Yeah, from the poster, we privileged to have stakeholders come on board. So if you go to our pages, Let's Ride Mombasa, if you go to the different clubs, cycling clubs in Mombasa, we will share our poster with you guys. You should be able to post it. All those cycling clubs should be able to, you should be able to get them on social media, but our main partners, EB Africa, you can get that information from their socials. Bike is Best, Sote Hub, our host, and also on the county socials from the Chief Officer of Sports, that's the Ministry of Department of Sports, and also the Department of Infrastructure. If you follow those pages, you should be able to get this information, because we've done collaborative posts with the invitations, and the information is out there. Yeah. Right. And Blue Radio, if you stay tuned to Blue Radio, they'll share the link.
Share the link with you guys. All right, asanteni sana for coming. We've had an amazing time with you guys.
Asante.
Yes.
Yeah, for my parting shot, I just want to say that a bicycle is not just a vehicle. It is a tool for health, opportunity, equality, and sustainable development.
Right.
Asanteni sana.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.